Hi, this is Violectra on the USA2 server playing Villagers and Heroes. Today's tutorial will be about using our village for gathering. I am assuming that you already know how to fish and mine and do the normal gathering from the zones that are not village related. Just to note that before I begin doing anything, each village and each guild usually has a policy on their nodes, and some they keep stocked for certain reasons. Like our guild, we keep the bug nodes and we keep the mushroom nodes and we keep the fruit nodes always filled, so you can always gather from them. If they run out, please fill them if you empty them out. Usually the guild vault is stocked with all of these items so that you can keep restocking them. If you can't access the section that you need, just ask in guild chat if somebody can stock it for you, or mail your guild leader and ask them if they can send you the fruit or anything that you need. Maybe you need a 1,000 cherries, and you can just simply ask them to mail them to you, since you can't access that yet. I wanted to let you know, before you get started, you want to make sure that your gear and everything you need, bait, everything, you have everything ready to go in your bags. So come over to the tool vendor. She's over here next to the teleport pad. As you can see, I just stepped off the teleport, and click on her. If you have any gems in your bags, you want to definitely have room to go fishing and collect more gems. That is your money. Gems are nothing but a way to make money in this game. So you can just click on the little diamond in the corner of any vendor, and yes, I'm sure I want to sell all the gems in my inventory. I will say yes, and boom, it's done. You can see I get a message down in the bottom. I just made 4.5 gold. So clicking on her, I can also repair all of my tools. Almost any vendor in the game, you can repair your tools. There's nothing worse than going down to a node to gather and your tool is down there at like 25% and you have no way to repair it. You gotta run back and repair it. So repair your tools. I usually repair all of the tools that I need to before I start gathering. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and start fishing. I'm going to go to Lakeside to fish. I usually go right into the middle because that is the closest one to go fishing. We will use fishing today. I just jumped down and I am right here at our stocking station. Now this is a higher level fishing area. You can open your map and you can, if you're a PC player, be able to mouse over to find the node, and stocking stations are green to see where you want to fish, chop trees, mine. All of the things in the middle and the center of your village are mid to low level nodes. The graveyard and the lakeside are for the higher level gathering areas. Today I am going to demonstrate using two different methods of gathering. The one way is if you only needed to get one type of fish, one size, you would just straight up stock up that fish. If you need all three sizes, I will show you how you can get all three into the node and fish all three at once. Now before I do that, I want you to understand that village gathering requires one thing, and you will hear people talk about gnats. This is a natural item. These are fish that were gathered out in the zones. They were not village gathered, and as you can see in the description it says natural fish. Anything that has already been used from a gnat and village gathered will just show fish. Same thing with ores. Anything that you gather in the village, you'll see natural mineral, and then if it's been village gathered, it'll show mineral. Same thing with mushrooms. Anything natural, then it gets rid of the natural. If you do not see natural on it, let's say you're shopping at the auction house and you can't quite gather the level item that you need for your crafting skill or recipe that you're working on, you can ask for naturals in the trade channel or looking for channel, or go to the auction house and pick up a stack of naturals. Just make sure you check and make sure it says natural on it. Otherwise, you cannot stock a village gathered item. And I will show you right now. Let's try to put a fish in our restocking station. As you can see, all of our nodes are empty. First, I have to scroll down to the node that I'm going to use for the Torellis. Here we go. Here are the Torellis. So here's the regular Torelli. Oh, it turns red. I'm clicking. It will not take it. What's wrong? Oh no, I have tried to put village gathered fish into a restocking station. It will not work. So I'm going to take this Torelli, the natural one, the nat, and pop it in there. Now the wonderful thing, this is why we love village gathering. I put 20 Torelli in here, and guess what I am going to get back when I go fishing? 200. The devs were just very generous to us, and that's not all we get. We also get cornucopias, which are like a clockwork harvester. I will discuss those in another village, but you will get the normal cornucopias, and for 5 gathers, you have a 100% increased chance to find motes of yorick. It's wonderful. And then if you earn your recipe for the super corns, you can make these, and it gives you 170 gathers. They're wonderful. I love them. I use them in the natural zones. So at this point, like I said, you use your map to find the fishing hole. Some areas are rather large, and you can see I'm just getting nothing but the Torelli. That is another benefit of gathering in the village. I will not get a whole bunch of other fish in here. I will only get back what I put in, but I'm going to get back an enormous amount. Instead of 20 fish, I'm going to get 200 of these Torellis. Now, I told you I'd show you another trick and another advantage to using the village gathering nodes, and I'm going back to the fish restocking station. This is a little concept that's hard for people to grasp, but it has to be the same type of item to fit into that node. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to show first. Okay, Torelli, large Torelli, enormous Torelli. I can stock this with those 3 fish. This node that says Torelli over it will then, all those 3 sizes, I can farm out of this one node and be able to gather those 3 sizes without having to run back and forth, back and forth. Now I already have the regular Torellis in there. I'm going to put 20 of the large Torellis in there, and then 20 of the enormous Torellis. I'll turn around and go fishing. Now I also need some grouper, but I think I already fished up all I had in my bag, so I could tell you I would just save some even more time by stocking up the grouper, which is the next hole over here, and I would be able to empty this node out and then run over there, empty that node out, and only make one trip to the station. Now before I do any kind of gathering, I always suggest eating pie. Almost every video and tutorial I have, I will tell you to eat pie, because you can see experience gained from combat gathering and crafting is increased by whatever % for the pie that you eat. This is Boconut pie, so it's 25%, lasts 2 hours. I already have the buff running because I started fishing before I started the tutorial. You do not really need to be using your clockwork harvesters or any item that will help you gather more from a node, because the village node is limited to how many it will give you. So the only time you would want to use that in the village is if you're in an extreme hurry and you just don't have time to sit here and stand here for 10-20 minutes gathering 200 or 800 items or whatever it is, 1,000. So the things that I suggest eating are your triads, which help you with getting more supplies and motes while you are gathering. So I'm going to click on that. I always eat some type of a bug because it helps to reduce the amount of supplies, which is my fishing bait here in this case. So I'll eat one of those. I usually carry a globule, bottle repair globule with me, especially out in the zones, because I never know how far away I have to go to repair it. Some zones are large, or maybe I'm in a zone where I'm low level in it and it was tricky getting out there. So the other thing I love using are the hasty herbs, which can be grown, and it doesn't matter what level you are. You can go for the highest level hasty herb that you can. There's many that you can grow on your farm, or ask a friend to grow some for you and throw them some coins for growing them, or trade for maybe items that you're gathering. So I'm going to eat that. The other item that you might want to use is your village experience potion, if you have any. I'm saving mine for when I'm up in the level 80s for farming and gathering and combat, so I will not use one right now. And I will proceed to gather my fish at this point. And I will gather all 3 fish from this one hole, but I will not get grouper, I will not get any other fish. Just whatever I put into the node into the restocking station is what I will collect. And of course I will get these other items from the buffs that I just put on. I will get motes of Yorick. Look at those beautiful cornucopias dropping. I will cook them up into super corns and use those out in the zones. You will get more repair globules dropping as well because your prosperity and luck has increased. Other things that also help you are jewelry, if you have your Yorick's gathering hat, and other things that you can see in the crown shop for sale. There are other items that will help you. They have a fishing pole, they have a pickaxe, and everything else. If you want to spend the money on the crowns to buy these items, they will help you in gathering no matter where you are at any level. Again, I want to stress that you just need to remember to know what nodes to restock when you mine from them or fish from them or gather from them. If you come across a node that should be empty and it has something in it, it is just really polite to get into your guild or village chat and ask if anybody stocked that node with whatever item, say enormous Torellis, and if nobody responds, then go ahead and pull them. If somebody responds, because sometimes some people will run off to go repair their items and sell their gems and are just away from that node for a little bit. Maybe they took a lunch break, who knows. It's really a wonderful, wonderful way to quickly get a little ahead in the game by using the village gathering system. I hope that this video helped you. If you have any questions or recommendations, please leave a note below and I will respond, and definitely consider on making a new tutorial if there's any subject that you want covered. Until then, have a wonderful day.